All right, all right. Hello, hello. Welcome everybody back to yet another and the first, I believe, Big K happy hour show of 2026.
Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year
Fantastic.
to you, and Happy New Year to
Happy
our.
New Year to both of you gentlemen below us as well.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Happy
Yeah,
New
we
Year,
didn't even have to
likewise.
let them in. They're like family now, so they
hmm
didn't have to
Oh,
ring the doorbell or anything. So yeah.
thank you,
We were
gentlemen.
happy to have you around today again. I can't believe we're into the 2026 already. 9 whole days, long enough to be just about finished with certain sacrifice too.
Oh, don't tease me, sir.
Wow, that's what I heard too, man.
Yeah.
Getting close.
Very
There's
close.
sacrifices ending.
Minutes.
There's conferences going on. There's founders posting on X. There's a lot of good stuff going on. So yeah, for everyone out there, tune in on the X, the Twitch. We'll get the DJ Cryptomatic raid over here shortly. Thank you, Sandy Beach, for letting him know. This is the happy hour show. We talk about mostly Richard Hart coins, the entire ecosystem. ProveX is coming up. We also talk about some macro, especially with our guests that are on tonight. Overall, just the crypto world and everything like that. Big K, right over here is my co-host, sir. You have been under the weather, but you have
I
been
have been.
trooping it out the past couple of days. You gonna be all right, man?
I'll do my best. I have a water here instead of an alcoholic beverage today because I'm severely medicated on some
Wow.
NyQuils and other pain relieving, pressure reducing types of things because
Well,
yeah, I've
this
been
is the
fighting
happy
for it.
hour show, so I usually ask y'all what you're drinking. Uh, you can never tell what Buck is having. Usually, it's water, I guess, or a tonic or something like that. I would guess. But Dylan, sir, what are you having today?
I'm having some Arizona Arnold Palmers. Okay, some half and half tea,
Yeah.
and I'm supporting the cores today, guys.
So you're
We're
not
gonna get.
drinking the cores, but you're supporting the cores.
Yes, I don't have cores. I don't drink that shit.
Coors
But
up.
supporting it.
It's the banquet beer, though. That's what it says on the can. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it says it right there. Banquet. Yeah.
Oh, it does actually on the shirt.
Literally says it right there. Banquet.
Yep.
Oh,
Coors
nice. So
Banquet.
it is
That's
the
the
like Coors original shirt. It's not like the
Mhm.
Coors Light.
No,
Yeah,
no, no,
it's
no.
good stuff, man. Come on.
Nice. So we support the original Coors.
Yes, exactly.
There you go.
Wow.
All right.
You got
This
it. You
is
got it.
coming
We put it
together
all together
nicely,
there.
gentlemen.
Wow.
Coors, the banquet tokens. I love
Damn.
it. I am having a rum and coke. This one's for you, Big K, since you can't participate tonight. So rum and coke for you, sir.
Ooh, nice Bacardi.
Ooh, that's the,
All right.
that's the way to do it. Just
That was rum and coke. All right. Do we have Buck in the chat yet? And while we get Buck in here, let's say hello to our chat. Man, we got a lot. All right. Pulse Ray, haven't seen you in a long time, brother. How you doing? Mango Junkie, the Hexkin contractor. Lots of old and new faces. The Tarnweig, DJ Cryptomatic. Thank you for coming over for the raid. Sandy Beach, supporting the cores. LOL. So how we doing, gents? How we feeling? I figured this would be a good stream just because we kind of started this conversation back at the beginnings of the ProveX Sacrifice. You kind of announced the pool. Dylan, you and Buck did when you were on initially. It I pretty much at the end of that stream, we could watch the Telegram room start to fill up, and it grew into something quite massive. And you could fill us in on the details of like how it ended, but man, we're bookending it. I thought it'd be a good time to do it with literally an hour and 38 minutes left. Tell us how it went, and just your overall thoughts on it.
So first thing, there's still time, Rackham. If you want to pick up, you got an hour and 13 minutes. So it's not too late, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah.
You go ahead, Dylan.
Cute and all, but yeah.
Is he going to throw in a cute amount?
He might.
Okay. Could be.
Fun fact, I think I was actively making the telegram on that stream, by the way.
I think you were.
Just
we published it right at the end, maybe. Yeah.
I was polishing it up, getting everything ready and everything like that. Yeah. But yeah, we started off with a little bit of, I'd say, strong support from our friends. Some of you may be watching. And we got a nice early lead. It wasn't really that hard. What was the number one sack at the time, Buck? Like, I don't know, 40K or some shit like that, right?
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah,
yeah.
40K, 50K. We took the lead with. Yep.
We took the lead immediately, mind you, and opened it up to all of the people that wanted to support us very early on. And I think relatively quickly, we went up to 300, 400, 500K. And then, I mean, man, it just started piling in, and, looking back, the fee was really cheap. Okay. Really cheap. So, and I explained this today or yesterday on one of the chats. The later the fee was, I mean, you're still up there on, I think you're above the number 8 or number 7 wallet in terms of your bonus, right? So like you needed to have at least 200K to even compete at that level, right? And a majority of the users in the pool did not have 200K, right? So congrats to them. Hats off to those guys and everyone that participated. We, as a group, valiantly finished first place. We started to get some FUD in the end regarding, Richard's going to change the sack numbers and he's going to fuck you guys, or he's going to sack all at once, this and that, blah, 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 during the multiplier. Well, you know what? Fun fact, if he sacked the way he did, or the way he has been doing, or this Russian mob entity, whatever it is, the guy's been sending all the ETH. If they sacked the way that they were going to during the multiplier phase, we actually would have had a higher multiple. We would have actually been closer to 3 than we are now, just because it's leveling out the bonding curve, right? So because there's so much capital being injected, the first wallet was $5.3 million. And then I think the biggest wallet that's sacrificed since then with the OA stuff or Russian mob or whatever is like $1.5 million, right? And then the rest is just broken up. So it would have actually probably benefited us more than anything. So fun fact.
I believe you all mentioned that on your Hex conference chat last night, which was really good. The final night of that, by the way, all you crypto RH Hex fans, starts, I believe, actually when the SAC ends tonight, right?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So excellent timing. January 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's going to start. Maddie's got a whole another lineup going on tonight. I don't even have the schedule on me right now, but last night was excellent. Big K even had a surprise appearance.
It did.
So that was cool after missing out, the night before. So that was good. Before we get too deep into the ProveX realm, because Dylan teased it excellently, we do like to get a general macro / crypto Bitcoin summation from Buck as we start, just like a backdrop. Perhaps we'll call it, the Buck drop for this show. Ooh, that was just off the cuff right there, actually. What are we feeling right now? Because we have a lot of things going on. We have, I think the macro right now seems to look good. The job numbers aren't terrible. I think they're rather good. You got the the Trump administration aiming at everything from freaking beef to houses to pasta. Like they're cutting tariffs and working with the bond market to counter this, I guess, affordability narrative from the other side that they're going to try to work into this coming election. So, what's your read on this situation before we get too far into the crypto thing?
Yeah, I think you already kind of summarized it pretty well. So there's a combination of positive things in fiscal and monetary activity recently. So I remain pretty constructive on kind of risk assets in general, and think that crypto is probably overdue for a bit of a leg up, and I think we've started to see that happen. We've bounced off of the kind of lows that we were experiencing when the ProveX Sac happened a month ago. I think 2026 looks pretty good, like it just in terms of everything. You've got cheap oil coming out of all this.
Oh yeah, the oil. Forgot that one.
Venezuela
thing, yeah.
But not just Venezuela, like other stuff as well. It makes me think oil prices will stay lower. And like we're going to get regulation and for crypto. At some point, the market's going to start getting excited about that. That's coming, I think. So yeah, I think all in all, it's a pretty good setup. I feel pretty comfortable with where we are. We did our kind of 6 months of basically not doing so well, and you have to do that periodically with crypto because that's just the way it is.
Do you think that was enough?
Yeah, probably. I
Really?
think so because the rest of risk assets went up a lot. So that helps.
That was my next question to you, and I guess for the panel is I guess Big K was on with me last night with Hexo, and we were talking about why isn't crypto doing perceivably as well as previous cycles. And it's like, okay, well, the economic energy has changed. I think you guys have brought this up here on this show actually in recent months, and it's like, okay, well, the AI narrative is sucking in a lot of capital. There's tens of thousands of coins in crypto, so the entire industry is being diluted. Where does that economic energy come from to perhaps power like a Bitcoin, ETH, even like a Solana or something like that? Like where does that come from? Because it feels like just different this time, as Big K said last night. I don't think I'm using that as he was using it, but it is indeed different in terms of the capital allocation and the revolutions that are going on, particularly AI. I mean, that's just sucking up so much capital right now.
Yeah, I agree. AI has probably been detrimental to crypto in a way, while being positive in a way. It's definitely taking the marginal investment dollar and it's captured the imagination from everybody. But it's also one of the reasons why GDP is still humming and why everybody's still like pretty excited. Crypto isn't new or sexy anymore. We get to see it, have its like TikTok moment where all the kids start using it and everybody has to have it. It hasn't been like that, right? So there's not really a proper demand for it. What there is a lot of people in Wall Street and other corporates building for it, right? But we haven't really seen the audience manifest, and it's something, that they're building for some future. I'm not sure when that comes and how that looks. But that's what's happening right now. And I suspect we'll get the regulation passed, and crypto will get excited as that starts to get priced in. But yeah, ultimately, crypto needs to actually become useful and used by a lot of people. I'm still skeptical about that. I'm waiting for that to kind of really have its I don't know, big catalyst movement, right?
And perhaps that's a tease to our ProveX conversation later. But yeah, I agree with you on that. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean that it would be nice for ProveX to fill that gap. I would certainly be in favor of that, but it's hard. Like I think crypto is still very difficult to use. People don't get as excited about it as we do. So you've got a finite amount of people that are using it, and that's a problem that crypto needs to solve, because we had ChatGPT maybe 3 years ago. It was probably the first time I started using it, right? And now everybody uses it.
Is
right?
it still helping you with your relationship, sir?
It helps me with so many things.
You were telling us about the successes that you've had, so last show. So yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it helps me with so many things. But like, like have you used ChatGPT today? Probably. Have you
Or a version of Grok or Gemini
or whatever?
Yeah.
Like it's the question is, have you used crypto today? Maybe not.
Fair.
It could be it could be yes, but it's like I find myself using AI more often than crypto lately. So that's not good, right? Like why didn't I use crypto when I went to the grocery store today? Like why haven't we made this easy and ubiquitous?
And
Good point.
I led with the question for economic energy, and I think that's what you just ended with there is kind of intriguing. It's like, have you used crypto today? Well, yeah, most people have used AI today, but where's the use case for crypto, and where is the economic energy gone? Yeah, nobody's used memes today, I guess, right? Bueller? No.
Always, every day. Every day.
So perhaps that's Ron's course. Thoughts on economic energy, Big K or Dylan? Just we've discussed AI on this show before. I mean, that's a rabbit hole that we could go down for hours and hours, and you can make your own channel on it, really.
Yeah,
but,
I mean,
yeah. Go ahead.
I could bring up other shitty things that are taking away dollars from crypto, like gambling. That's very popular now.
Yes, we discussed.
Yep, that's all over the
100%.
place. That's another. I don't want to bring up more shitty things that suck dollars away from crypto here, but
well, you're answering the question.
On the subject,
yeah.
If that's what we're doing here, then like that's another big thing that like, I mean, there's you go scroll Twitter and you find everybody talking about if it isn't sports betting, it's poly market shit, and that's it's huge right now.
No, it's totally true.
Yeah. So like that's another place that people's money is going when we're talking about these things that are sucking dollars away from crypto.
Yeah. No, I have actually multiple examples from younger friends of mine who know I'm into finance and stocks and crypto and stuff like that, and be like, bro, what should I invest in, man? And I'll give them suggestions. I've stopped giving crypto suggestions unless it's like a Bitcoin or Ethereum kind of thing. LOL. But yeah, no altcoins I will suggest any longer. But what ends up happening? I get texts from them. Hey man, I just put $100 down on this parlay this weekend, and I think it's going to hit, and
I'm gonna make 50 grand.
1 out of 10 chance, or well, for a 50 grand parlay, you're 1 out of a $20,000 chance, or whatever, 20,000 chance. But it's like that's where money is going, and it sucks. And I think this is rather interesting as we're getting anecdotal evidences out here as we talk about it. It's just like, okay, have you used AI? Yes. Have you used crypto? No. Have you used crypto? No. Have you used sports betting? Yes. Have you used prediction markets? Yes. Have you used crypto? No. So this is where this industry.
I mean, the prediction markets are kind of using crypto, right? Like that's kind of a layer of it.
Yeah.
And with the tokenization of things, perhaps more things can use crypto, but I think it needs to get where Buck is thinking where it should be. Dylan thinks it should be. It's like how soon can we get there?
I mean, it's all about, it's like you're seeing now with AI, or the integration of AI into different things, project management flows, and whatever other types of applications out there. The same thing has to happen with cryptos. That has to be a part of it all. It has to, otherwise, if people there isn't easy tools to integrate their crypto into AI workflows, then I don't think it's gonna. Then I think that's the easiest way to have you used crypto today? Is people go, I don't know, and they don't need to know. They don't care because it just does it all behind the thing. It's fine because ideally it's something like ProveX in the background, or some other technology that over time burns more coins. For those that have invested in whatever the base layer is. I think that all is like a best case scenario for what we're looking at in crypto right now. Because if it's not seamless, because it's gotten to the point where people don't. There's a million different chains, and people don't care about all the narrative that you tell them as much. So it's just got to all work seamlessly and without people even knowing or caring. For it to really be like, oh, this is here to stay.
I agree with that. And I think it's just the K-shaped economy is kind of hindering the retail growth, like that we usually see with alt season and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that too. I mean, that too. People don't have money right now. They're just not. I think that if you get rates to be lower and some better things cheaper, oil cheaper, that they this
stimmy checks,
price. Yeah, stimmies. Hook it up with a stimmy, then maybe we get to watch some memes fly. I mean,
no more memes, man. No more memes.
I can't
unless
stop
it's like
what
most
people are going to do with their dumb money. I mean, I'm not. I mean, Richard's goal from the very beginning was to get some people's dumb money that was going to go to something really shitty anyways, and just into this less shitty thing.
I mean, the pump site is on the tablet, right?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
I mean, so it's not like we're definitely not going to catch them all here,
All right. Well, before we get into the really good stuff, it's been a minute. Would y'all indulge me in a round of trivia for the audience?
Of course.
Yes.
Now, this one I have not tried before. So I say that because this is going to be actually on screen. The answers will be present, but the answer will not reveal itself until I click on it. So I'm going to read them to you. And
is this like a visual thing?
This is going to be a visual thing
There's
because
new UX going on the
no UX. And
this is getting a little expensive for me, guys.
No.
High quality production.
It pains me. You don't know how much it pains me to say this. This comes from CNN. So take that for what you will. But this is their current events quiz for 2025. We did this last year.
Okay.
But I think this could work out.
Sure. So these are some non-crypto related questions.
This is all current events, just like last year's quiz was. We're going to go around the horn, starting with you, Big K. Let me get this thing up here. The year in review. Are you ready, sir? Here we go. Big K. Pope Francis passed away in April, and his successor was chosen during a conclave at the Vatican. Which country is Pope
come on, dog.
Leo
come on. You can't give me an easy one like that. He's a Chicago boy, man. He's friggin' Pope Leo. His only downside is that he's a Sox fan. But hey, he's still all right. He still knows the value of a killer dog. So Pope Leo, Chicago, the United States. Is that
Pope Leo, Chicago, United States of
United
America?
States. What country? The United States.
Final answer?
Yes.
And he's got a Sox hat on, Big
Like
K.
I said, the one thing about him. Other than that, I'm a huge fan.
Next. Here we go. Buck. Oh, man. He lost the lotto. Maybe not. Maybe he knows his football. Which NFL team won the Super Bowl in February? The Kansas City Chiefs, the Philadelphia Eagles, the San Francisco 49ers, or the Los Angeles Rams?
The Eagles.
Buck is going with the Eagles.
Yep.
Who? Correct.
Correctamundo.
Here we go. Dylan, which powerful hurricane devastated several Caribbean islands in October? Gabriel, Humberto, Imelda, Melissa.
Oh, no. I forget.
Sorry. You got the short end of the stick here, bud.
You gotta give me the hard one, man.
I'm just scrolling down the list.
We're just scrolling through, man.
It can't be Humberto.
No, that was my.
That chat, no help.
Sorry,
I'm not reading chat. I can't see chat.
I was gonna say, put your chat in the private, please.
What?
Chat, please answer.
Why are they so racist? Why do they all sound like housekeepers?
That's a great question, Buck. I don't know. Let's go with the. I'm gonna go with Gabriel. I think it's Gabriel. Yeah, it might be Melissa or Gabriel. My guess.
Why you gotta blame the women, man?
I don't know, man. It definitely can't be Humberto. This is the one that hit Jamaica, right?
Several Caribbean islands, actually, in October.
Okay. Well, it hit
the question. LOL.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I guess, Gabriel. Fuck it, whatever.
Final answer is Gabriel. Gabrielle, we gonna lock it in?
Yeah, lock it in.
Oh,
it is Melissa. Fuck, dude.
Incorrect. Hurricane Melissa was one of the strongest Atlantic storms in 150 years.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, but I can't. It pains me to say this. We're gonna have to rug the course. Oh,
tropical
comes down to Big K and Buck already. Here we go. Big K, conservative political activist Charlie Kirk was killed during a campus event in which state? Take your time, please. Let the chat participate. Utah, Colorado, Arizona, or Georgia. Conservative political activist Charlie Kirk was killed during a campus event in which state? Utah, Colorado, Arizona, or Georgia in our current events final showdown.
It's so weird how sometimes multiple choice does this. Like, I was sure of the answer before I read any of the, like, before you gave the 4 suggestions, and one of them is my guess, you know, but because you said some stuff, other names of places, for whatever reason, I now am questioning myself.
Oh no,
it's super weird. I'm gonna say Utah.
Is that your final answer, Big K?
That's my final answer.
Utah is his final answer. And the answer is, let's click it. Success.
I don't know why. When you said Arizona, I was like, was it Arizona? But I was sure it was Utah.
That's where his memorial was held, I do believe.
Okay. Yeah. I knew it was in there somewhere.
Buck, to stay in the game. The federal government shut down in October because of partisan disagreements over spending priorities. How long did the stalemate last? 21 days, 29 days, 35 days, 43 days.
Let's go 43 days.
I'm going to lean with you on that one. I do not know these answers beforehand. Is that your final answer, sir?
It's my final answer.
43 days is correct.
Yeah, it was like the longest or whatever.
Yeah, that's why I lean 43. Still in it. Big K, catastrophic flooding swept through a summer camp for girls in which state in July? Tennessee, Missouri, Texas, Michigan. Catastrophic flooding swept through a summer camp for girls in which state in July? Tennessee, Missouri, Texas, or Michigan?
It wasn't Missouri or Michigan. It's either Tennessee or Texas. I know there was a bunch of bad flooding in Tennessee and North Carolina. I feel like that's going to be the place. Although Texas does get floods and stuff too. You know,
they do get floods and stuff.
They do. They've got natural shit going on there. Floods and tornagos and all sorts of
rivers.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hail. And you're like, I thought it was hot there. Anyway, I'm going to go with Tennessee. Go with Tennessee. Final answer.
Tennessee. Final answer. Big K is incorrect.
Was it Texas?
Families of some Camp Mystic flood victims filed lawsuits after 25 girls and 2 counselors died in Texas.
Texas.
It turns over to Buck for the win. Buck for the win. Wildfires devastated which section of the United States in January? Western Colorado, Southern California, Texas Panhandle, or upstate New York? Wildfires devastated which section of the United States a year ago? Western Colorado, Southern California, Texas Panhandle, or upstate New York? Dylan is talking trash in the chat. In the green
room. Let's go Texas.
Buck says Texas. The answer is Texas Panhandle. No. Incorrect. Powerful winds fueled wildfires that destroyed more than 16,000 structures in Southern California, particularly the Pacific Palisades.
Yeah, and burned down like a bunch of really nice joints in the water there.
That was less than a year. That was a year ago. I feel like that was. Oh, wow.
It might not be because this is CNN's quiz, so it could be fake news. You never know. All right, Big K, you're still in it, sir. Who was elected mayor of New York City? Eric Adams, Andrew Cuomo, Curtis Silva, or Zoran Mamdani?
Mamdani.
You got
Ma'am Danny.
Yes, sir.
What did that dude say to Trump to have Trump be like his BFF? Like, I don't know what.
Trump. He has everyone over for dinner, and
yeah, but did you see the interview with him? Trump was like, "My bro, dog, big dog." I was like, "How did that happen?" It's crazy. That was unexpected.
It's the art of the deal, bro. I think that's what we're witnessing. Buck has gotten the short end of the straw here, in my opinion. Which movie won Best Picture at this year's Academy Awards? Honora, Conclave, Nickel Boys, The Brutalist. This is a lotto pick for me because I have zero clue, but perhaps Buck is quite cultured.
No, I haven't seen any of these movies.
That's how you usually.
I haven't heard of any of these movies.
Nope. Sorry, man. I'm trying to guess as well.
Like this was Best Picture this year.
Yeah, because wasn't the Academy Awards this year, but the film was released last year, I believe.
Yeah, you got me.
I mean, that is.
Would you like to phone a friend? I will allow this.
No.
Who are you going to call that's going to know this shit?
I will call the chat.
Oh, fair enough. Well, those bastards got Google.
Nobody's going to know this. I see one guess. So.
Yeah, good enough for me. There's a woman that says Honora. Okay, sounds good. Women care about this shit. I definitely do not.
Oh, it is correct. Nice. Buck lives on.
Sandy Beach.
Honora, a dramatic comedy directed by Sean Baker, took home 5 awards. Yeah, this is how in touch we are on Happy Hour. Congrats.
It's such a good comedy that nobody talks about it.
Yeah, well, most of these films that win awards, nobody's ever seen, heard of, never.
Probably one of these like really woke one woman show retrospectives or something like that.
Yep. Big K. Moving on, Sanai Takachi, a hardline conservative, was elected as the first female prime minister of which country? China, Indonesia, South Korea, or Japan?
I don't think it's China. I don't think it's Japan. I was in Indonesia and I didn't hear anything about this. So I'm going to go with South Korea.
I actually know this answer, Big K. You're incorrect.
Who's for Japan?
Japan.
Heavy metal drummer and motorcycle enthusiast stepped into the role as Japan faces melting.
Wait, she's a motorcycle enthusiast?
She is all the things.
And she's right wing as I like her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Congrats, Sandy Beach again. Natoshi Sakafomo. DJ Cryptomatic. Excellent guess. All right, over to you, Buck, for the chance at the win. A driver rammed a truck into a crowd of New Year's revelers, killing 14 people in which city of the United States? New York, Dallas, Chicago, or New Orleans? A driver rammed a truck into a crowd of New Year's revelers, killing 14 people in which city? New York, Dallas, Chicago, or New Orleans?
I'm just going to go with New Orleans because it's always a shit show there.
That would also be my guess for the win. Here we go.
Solid guess. That's
correct.
A million reasons to guess that. Nice work.
Buck, sir. Congratulations. As Buck's prize here on the Happy Hour show, he gets to, well, one, receive the joy of winning, and two, to address the audience. Buck, sir, take it away for however long you would like.
So this tells me that the year 2025 was pretty uneventful and not memorable. That's basically my. So yeah, we could probably forget 2025, guys. 2026, on the other hand, I think is going to be pretty memorable for all of us. Richard Hart is coming to basically get his glory back, and you guys should all be making a game plan now to decide what you're going to do in 2026. I know Richard's planning. I know I'm planning, and you should all be too. P.S. Moritz, you owe me $40,000. Man up and pay me back. That's it.
That is it. Excellent. Well done. There are a lot of bets that are still outstanding, correct?
Fuckloads, yeah.
I think Eric Wall has multiple ones that are waiting to be paid. Hello, ladies and P-Dye. And
yep.
He was getting like $100 a month.
Yeah. You know, if coins go up, and you know, you can sell them for, you know, bet money. Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he actually sent up to the pool. I know you guys probably know this, but the audience might not know. But he, I told him about the ProveX thing, and he said, "Great, I want to put HVid's money into the pool." So,
I do remember that. For the meme.
He sacrificed $400 from Eric Wall, for whatever his address is.
Yeah.
And, as a donation, which I thought was a pretty good troll on his part.
Wouldn't it be great if he gets the full amount of his bet that he's owed off of
You know what?
He's getting the multiplier. And yeah, I think, you know, if things go well, yeah, he might actually make quite a bit of money.
That's great. Yeah.
Just community, man. Speaking of community, let's, you know, start to get back in to this as we anticipate this last hour before the SAC finally ends. The last night of the Hex conference begins. Speaking of the Hex conference, thoughts on it? Anybody? I mean, I'll just give you my immediate thoughts. Appreciation to Maddie for, you know, sticking through this for this many years. The people, the OGs who keep coming back. You know, name, you know, as many as you can pick out in the chat. But it was good to see Coffee, Hexo, Big K last night. Johnny Chaos was in there. So many who have perhaps fallen, drifted, grifted, extracted. Wasn't not pleased to see some of those still in there, but hey, I'm not going to name names. You decide. Thoughts on the conference so far? Any one of you? Lobs a grenade and leaves.
It's cool that's been going. Like, I mean, we have a community that's willing to show up and be a part of it in one way or another for as long as we have been. I mean, again, props to Maddie for putting it on. It's not like it's some wildly profitable endeavor for him to
No, it's not. It's time consuming. Props to the volunteers to actually they're helping out. Fashion Code. I don't know what her new handle is. Maybe that's the one, but I forget.
But yeah, they put on it. They do their best to put on a good event.
Sticker guy. He was there for a couple of years too.
And I'm like happy to be a part of it. You know, yeah, it's wild to be part. You know, if you had told me it'd be 5 years later, whatever, 6 years later, as long as it's been, I'd be surprised at the beginning, like, you know, but here we are, and there's more to come, you know. So I enjoyed it, at least my part of it so far, and to be.
Other thoughts, gents, on the conference, or shall we move on?
Did Richard make an appearance?
No, if he does, it'll be tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
There's been a video teased, but I don't, you know, put whatever.
Wait, a tease? Whoa.
Meeting in the next like hour or so, or
start. I think, Matt. What is this? This thing starts in an hour.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're potentially competing against Richard in the. Twitter space.
Richard.
No, he won't be on until like 10 Eastern.
He won't start for an hour, and then yeah, it's like Richard, that the slot that he has for the video is in like 2 or 3 hours or something like that. It's further on in the.
Yeah. Okay, that's exciting. Well, that's something to be excited about.
Yeah.
I mean, if it happens, sure. The anticipation is out there.
You guys he might be throwing a Hail Mary that Richard,
I mean,
he's hoping Richard catches. You know, I think what's going on there.
I think that's it.
But surely he knows by now, one way or the other. Like, it's either been, you know.
Well, he could keep hoping up until the last moment that he gets the video.
It's good, like one of those doomsday cults where like they're, you know, expecting, you know, rapture to occur, and it doesn't
Heaven's
happen.
Gate.
No.
Where it doesn't happen. Yeah. Like
Matty does know what he's doing. So imagine if Richard actually did drop a video. Nobody's expecting it. No, you know, it's got, you know, fair viewership or whatever, and then word spreads immediately over the socials, and everybody pounds the Hex conference because that's where you go to watch Richard Hart's video. And then perhaps it drops on Richard's channel later, but the only place that you can watch it is the conference channel. So perhaps I don't know.
I'm going to say no video, but I'm going to hope I'm wrong.
Same.
Yeah.
Yep.
Although my Richard guessing record has been like pretty good lately.
It's been pretty darn good, sir.
Yeah. So
how about
let's hope I'm wrong on this one.
Yeah, just moving on with the community. Just like some shout outs. It's still cool to see this, and I know, you know, Buck and actually all of us, we talked about this, I guess, a month or so ago. This is one of, or if not the biggest strength of Pulse Chain, is the actual community. So I just wanted to give, you know, this a shout out. One, because the Hex conference is going on after 6 years, but you know, it's good to call out, you know, the people who are working behind the scenes. We have like a whole tablet fulfillment freaking center on the left coast out there, pushing these devices out. Big K has gotten them. It would have been cool to have his testimonial of his community, you know, on the conference, but Wild SJ called it out, cited you, sir. These things are getting out there to the right people. It's just, you know, the message, you know, is not going over as, I guess, you know, the foundation would like it to. But other than that, I mean, we have a community who's putting in the work, volunteering, whether it be conferences, shipping, distribution, whatever. Just wanted to shout those guys out, and anything else that you guys did, because Buck and Big K, I think y'all talked about like Bitcoin conference. One of our biggest strengths is socializing, doing live events. You know, perhaps that's, you know, an avenue that we approach going forward in the coming months / year. Any more additional thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'd also add eating and
I like to eat.
Yep, we're very good community in terms of eating, from what I've seen.
Meatballs,
caloric. Oh, Applebee's.
Applebee's.
The staples, really.
Yes.
Yeah, we're good at that. Conspiracy theories is something else we're good at.
That's something we're very good at.
Big time.
Yeah.
Not the street I was going down, but keep going. Yeah.
Risk management. Sorry, a lack of risk management. So hold on, what would that be? Risk taking, risk seeking. I'd say we're good at that as well. Yep.
Yes, sir.
We're not risk adverse.
Sorry, you guys go.
Those are all.
How do you follow that, sir?
That can make for also a fun and volatile situation whenever we all get together. Both exciting to be a part of and hard to look away from.
Yeah.
All right, that's settled. Dylan, any additional thoughts on that?
I do think we have the drive and the heart.
Hey, and the cores too. You just love playing on words, don't you?
Right. And the cores. Oh, yeah, the heart. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, got to catch up to us at some point, right? Come on. So.
Yeah. All right, let's get on to the last order of business of the evening. I think we'll have plenty to talk about here. So the SAC, we kind of just introed it at the very beginning with Dylan. We're bookending it now. I mean, we're literally like in the last hour, 51 plus minutes itch. What your overall just thoughts on it, like beginning to end? The OA, there was so many angles to this. So it could be the OA would it enter late, which it did. Now it's like, okay, well, how could LP pairs be set up? What could community do to support this going forward? So many things that we could go down. Let's just start with, I guess, how did this go? And I know I'm gonna throw this to Buck because he's gonna be like, yeah, this went exactly how I thought, but I'll just I'd love to hear just his initial thoughts on this. How did this go in comparison to how you think it would, beginning to almost end with 50 minutes to go? Just in terms of first community funds input. So we had, I think it was like 16.4 million, and then no action. Then we had the 5-day, final period there, and then close to, I don't even know, 300-400 million put in at the end. Thoughts on where you thought it would go, and maybe a surprise or two that you did not see coming?
Yeah. So as I said earlier, it sounds very immodest, but I've had a very good run of predicting Richard.
This is true. I will vouch.
Since this whole thing started, with ProveX in particular, and in general, I think my record is pretty good, but in this instance, I think I like everything went exactly the way I thought it would go. Specifically, we saw through this sort of subterfuge very early in terms of the lack of pushing things from Richard and all that stuff. Not really marketing it. The dynamic of the kind of low sandbagged SAC value, and all that basically got confirmed when Richard proceeded not to market as we predicted, and then drop a video right before the very end, which we also predicted. And in that video, he basically confirmed that that was the strategy. And said hey, isn't it cool that this thing's, such a low valuation? Actually, maybe that's going to be easier to pump, so it was a very interesting thing, because it was basically like, aha, see, I was right the whole time. I think what was surprising to me, and actually continues to be surprising, is just how much everybody bitched, and called, and said, no, he's a scammer, or, yeah.
After the FCC stuff, yeah,
but I don't like him doing new things. I remain really surprised at just how negative a lot of people were, and continue. And I'll add, even in my chat, where presumably the people that are in it are people that sacrificed, there's just a lot of worry warts in there, with the whole OA sacrifice thing, or we presume the OA sacrifice thing at the end, once again, something we predicted, something I think most people expected. We did a poll on this, and I think, I don't know, 60% of us got it right.
I was hoping for something different this time. I will say that, but
hope is the puppy that hope is the puppy that you drown, right?
There you
go. When you're doing investments, right? Hope's not a good thing.
It's a 4-letter word.
Yeah, it's a 4-letter word indeed. Look at the structure of the sacrifice. Why are there 5 days at the end? There's I think it's Chekhov. It's attributed to, if you see a gun on a table in the first act, then it must be used by the third act, right? It's like those 5 days are there for a reason, right? All the people that were saying that the multiplier would get squashed, and all the people in the pool would get nothing. It's like, well, maybe RH likes multipliers. Maybe that's why he put that rule in there, because he likes that people get together. And
have you been here before?
Yeah, have you been here before? It's like, but nonetheless, the negativity is definitely something that surprised me quite a bit. I thought a lot of people, and I was actually surprised that I needed to spell it out to them. There were so many people in the beginning of the sacrifice who were like, no, this thing's a scam. People have been part of this community forever, right? And we had to go circle the wagons and be like, no, seriously, have you guys thought about this? And we had to spell it out for them, didn't we, Dylan? We went into a whole bunch of chats, with people who are big community members and have been for a very long time. And I went to one of these things, and they're all fucking talking about pulse chain meme coins. These are grown up people. These aren't teenagers.
Oh, I know. I'm in the same rooms that you are, and these are grown men that cry and whine. And to your point of, I don't know if they I don't think they did. I just think they're just hanging around to complain. But, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no. But I went and talked to these guys who are otherwise rational grown men, and they're like, oh, I don't want to sacrifice this time. PulseX and Pulse didn't do very well, and I'm like, yeah, but this one's different, and I had to go explain it to them.
So cliche.
Yeah. So that it actually surprised me that, and then once we did, then a lot of people came on board. But even some of Dylan's buddies down in an island in the Caribbean that I won't name, even a lot of those guys needed
Epstein Island. Whoa, I don't know anybody there.
Yeah, Epstein Island. Yeah, that's the one. We onboarded the ghost of Jeffrey Epstein. But no, I mean, even some of Dylan's buddies like didn't seem to get it. And these guys have been, day one kind of XOG types, right? It's like, no, you guys, like, don't you see? Like, it's not about the protocol. It's not about, this. It's not about the money. It's about glory here. It's about how do you rig a game so that you basically have like the best possible chance of massive ROIs that you can, right? How would you do it? Like that, like the fact that I had to explain that to so many people, and they just didn't get it. And we spent about 2 weeks, and we finally got it around to people, and we definitely had an impact. Like I think there would have been quite a bit less money raised, so you can blame us for that.
I think if we didn't punch so hard, I would have won the bet. Just saying.
What was yours? 11? Was it 11?
Yeah, it was 11.
Yeah.
I would have won that.
Yeah, I mean, it really surprised me that people didn't get that, and then to just have it all basically confirmed in the video, like so neatly, was hilarious. Because it was like, see, you guys, I've been fucking telling you this for the past 2 weeks, and yeah, I've been pretty happy about all that. Yeah, I mean, I think the other surprising thing is still how little money came in, actually. Like obviously I expected a lot of people to have less money, but it's still a very small amount of money for Richard Hart coin. And I think that's quite funny as well, that Richard's able to put in a video at the last hour, and it does have an impact on things, but it's not like enormous, right? It's only a few $1 million, right? Whereas you would have had many guys, single people, putting in that kind of money for Pulse or PulseX. So yeah, it was pretty surprising from that perspective, just how negative everybody was and remains, and scared. So I'm excited to watch the next leg of things for that reason.
Thoughts, Jens?
I'm agreed. I mean, I think that it'll go up more because less people participated early. I think that's the whole point of it all.
What about the FUD that's out there? It's like, oh well, only $16.4 million got in, which is pales in comparison to the previous sacks, but like, we were gonna make it, bro, but the OA came in and just diluted us and took away our market cap, because now we can't pump. Like, I've heard it articulated by Buck before, and hopefully he can do it here, but that's like, I think one of the biggest FUD narratives out there right now. Is like, oh man, this is how I got wrecked. I was just going to do it one more time, and this entity came in and just put in $375 million or whatever it was, and now I'm wrecked. I'm done.
I'll touch on this real quick. I've got somebody that has an outside perspective on this, right?
Yeah.
They don't participate in the community whatsoever. They came to me when Richard announced the sacks and like, hey, is this worth it? It's like we're acquaintances in a news channel. So like, outside of, he doesn't follow anybody on Twitter, none of that shit, right? And so he comes to me, he's like, hey, I know you know about Hex, blah, blah, blah. What's about this sack stuff? Okay. I explained it all to him and whatnot. He's like, all right, I'll come back to you if I want to. All right. So, fast forward till now, like yesterday, he asked me, he's like, all right, so what's going on? Like, okay, well, Richard's, sending himself money. Okay. He sent himself, $400 million. He's like, all right, well, how does that affect things? I was like, well, he's just capturing supply. Okay. And he's like, what does the community feel about it? Very, very important question. I said, they're kind of salty, you know. I'd say by and large, like we all get it why he's doing it, but some are, you know, some are salty. And he's like, okay, you know, whatever. And I was like, maybe it's because we have to now explain again, because you know that, you know, this is acquired supply that's probably not going to hit the market, et cetera. He's like, you know, and the fully diluted value will be a little bit higher. And um, he's like, that really doesn't matter. Anybody outside, they'll understand. Like you don't need to worry about that, right? Like this is from an outsider's perspective, right? You know, we had to basically go on.
That's encouraging.
Yeah. So like, you know, the crypto guys don't understand that like it's a game. Okay. Essentially it's just a game, and Richard is playing his game. And you know, he's acquiring his supply that he wants. It looks like he's got 75% right now. Okay. Is he going to hit the market? No. Is he going to like, maybe provide liquidity with it? Perhaps, maybe. I wouldn't count on it. He didn't do it with Pulse or PulseX or Hex, when Pulse Chain launched. So, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's not as serious as you think. If you want to play the game of, oh, well, what if it goes to sack rate? Dude, the market
Richard
cap's
Hart
only
is a scammer. He's going to rug us, man.
Yeah. Like, come on, guys. The people that are smart enough to buy this and see past all that stuff, okay, yeah, I want to play in Richard Hart's little game again and make some money. Like they're not thinking, like if they're going to come here, they're not already thinking, oh, he's a scammer and he's going to steal all my money. Like they're coming here because they understand the game, they're playing the game, they're not retards, etc.
And I think on the ProveX site somewhere it talks about belief, or for those who believe, perhaps.
Belief.
I think I saw that somewhere. You know, for the believers or something like that.
Perhaps they'll be rewarded. I mean, is that
where
we're going with that?
But I mean, it follows along with what you're saying.
Yeah, and you know this guy gets it right. So he'll play after he didn't sack, which is fine. He'll play after. And I lost my train of thought. Thanks, guys. But anyways, it's not so bad. Oh yeah. He sacked all this money, right? But he's paying such an exorbitant rate. It's what, $10 for 10,000 points right now. Okay. So essentially, if you want to play the game of, oh, you know, the total coins, the fully diluted value at sack rate, blah, blah, blah. What do you think it is, Cabana? Big K? With all the extra coins that are there now, what do you think the fully diluted value is now?
Oh, I am terrible at math. I took it in my first year in college and stopped.
Like, if it's at sack rate, like, yeah. You know.
Yeah.
There's like 4x higher or something like that in total points, you know, from before to then, because he got 75%. So there's like 3 times more points than
4
added.
Big K's not an idiot. So yeah, it'd be like 127 million or whatever at fully diluted value at sack rate. Like, it's not so bad anyways. But
yeah, and you got to figure that most of that's not, that's like 2/3 or 3/4 so that's not, it's not actually.
Exactly. Yeah. So most of that is not, that's just inflated market cap. That's not, you know, real user demand that was had for this thing anyway. So, you know, we have to go back again around the fucking rigmarole. Like, you know, PulseX, it raised $55 billion, fun fact, but only a couple billion from the community. Okay. You know, ProveX, 16 million versus, what is it at, like 400 million now? Like, you know, it's whatever. You still have the same, you know, subset of non-OA funds that actually control the market and move the market, et cetera. So I really don't think it's such a big deal. But yeah, I've been seeing it in chats like over and over again. Oh, you know, it's just ridiculous. So,
and the ETH is gone too.
You know, funny anecdote. I had to explain this to my lead dev again the other day because he goes, "Oh, so we're being diluted massively."
No.
I was like, buddy, I really have to explain this to you.
You're not my lead dev anymore. No.
this person is, easily 140 IQ, probably higher.
I am not doubting that. There was no shade.
He's smarter than basically, like the smartest person in your life. He's about as smart as that person, right? And so he correctly, hears this and goes, "Oh, so we're being deluded." And I'm like, "Yes, mathematically speaking, yes, but it doesn't matter." And he's like, "It doesn't matter, but math says this." It's like, yeah, but all these, and then I have to go give him the whole list of things, and then he goes, "Okay." Go give him the whole list of things, and then he goes, "Okay." Go give him the whole. I'm not taking a leak. I'm cooking bacon, by the way.
That's what I thought of it. I was like, I just read that. I was like, it sounds like frying. It's what it sounds like.
I thought we were in the shower with Buck.
Yeah, yeah, same shower.
I'll try and move away from the bacon so you guys don't have to listen.
There you
go.
Great. Same page. There you go. We talked about LP a little bit as we get into the last 30 minutes before the sack. I wanted to bring up a couple of.
I gotta make a move. I'll be back if I can be. Sorry.
What happened?
I gotta make a move. I just got a message. I'll be back if I can be.
Talking LP, as I think Dylan just brought up there. So Richard actually put out this post yesterday, and I know Buck threw out his suggestion this morning. I mean, there were so many of them. I just picked like a couple from some well-known community members just because they're short and easily explained, but just wanted to get your guys' takes on these. First, let's do... where's my screen there? Jexa. So, bring it back. So, Geniuses, Richard Hart says, how much liquidity do you wish ProveX had at launch? In what coins? On what chain? And Jexa replied with, on token launch lock transfer feature for X amount of time. No LP means no price yet. LP can be set up and then transfer feature enabled. Also stop sniping. Worked well for the vouch token. Thoughts on that idea?
Sure.
Sounds okay. Good. Thoughts there? All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for your thoughts. We'll move on to coffee, unless Buck has thoughts if he gets out of the shower. Let me find.
Sorry, I'm just cooking breakfast, but Dylan, LP is your department.
Yeah.
He gave it a very good
Oh, was that a kind of telling him? Like, I don't want to say what I think about this, or?
Well, I mean, like, okay, to stop a sniper.
You're looking very coy.
It's not easy, because once you unfreeze it, then it's balls to the wall, like so once the liquidity is deployed, etc. Like, it's not like it's gonna happen, so you could probably theoretically just do like stupid low liquidity levels. I don't know what Cabana's doing here, guys.
I don't either.
But yeah, so like really low liquidity levels kind of would rape a sniper. But yeah, I don't know. I posted my synopsis of what I think should happen on Twitter. So.
Well, tell us that, because I have a couple more queued up in here. But what is your what are your thoughts on that?
So after launch, it'll be. I'm assuming launch is going to be pretty wild, right? Because like
most launches are.
Yeah. When Pulse launched, little known fact, Gary was actually one of the first LP providers. I think Giga found that out, and we talked about that on the Spaces a couple weeks ago. And Richard posted no liquidity, right? I'm assuming after that initial period of here's your coins, there's no fucking liquidity, good luck. Then the liquidity will start to grow, right? Yeah, because I think Richard maybe posted like $6 or something like this, right? Which I agree with. No, seriously. You know?
No, I'm just laughing because it's funny that
it's a funny number, yeah.
the token amount, yeah.
Oh yeah, you know, so you post like $2, right? You make the price really low, and then okay, sniper, good luck, dickhead, right? Essentially, because they'll just rape themselves on slippage, so it'll just look like a huge wick, which wouldn't be so pretty, but you know. Anyway, once that whole FOMO shit happens and stuff, then you can start adding the liquidity, and then it can start to level off, and you know, really find what its real value is on the market, right? Because we attributed a value to this thing the past couple months, right? Now we're going to find what the rest of the market values this thing when it comes out. So, but yeah, after that, I'm thinking, you know, 2 mil is probably fine for this. 1 mil bid, 1 mil ask, and then hopefully it's not entirely tied to Pulse, but I don't see him not doing that. However, you know, a combination of like ETH and stables, and then you know 30% Pulse would be, you know, I think that'd be fine. You wouldn't be tied to the cores and the baggage there as much, but you'd still kind of, you know, benefit them, or you know what I mean. So like, I don't know. That's kind of my suggestion.
All right. How about this one from community's own Crypto Coffee? Very low, like 50,000 symmetric, paired with base token on top of chains where sacrifices came from, like Ethereum, Solana, Pulse Chain, Base, like 50K on each chain. Let the Jeets destroy themselves quickly.
Buck likes this idea in terms of all the other chains.
Yes. And I was going to get to his here lastly because it's the most wordy of them all. But yeah, just thoughts on coffees real quick.
I'll go out on a limb and say Buck really likes this idea again. Buck thinks having kind of like a minting capability like you know, USDC or USDT across the chain, so you have a native token, is something that he really likes to have or would like to have. I think it's more of a technical hurdle that would probably not happen. Maybe we'll get bridged over stuff. That'd be cool to see. I mean, anybody in the community could do that. So, you know, maybe we'll see that. But what is he saying? Just pairing it with all the L1s that they go on, right? Is that what I'm reading here? 50K symmetric pair with base L1 tokens on the top chains where
paired with base token on top of chains where sacrifices came from, like Ethereum, Solana, Pulse Chain, Base, 50K on each chain.
Sure. Yeah. Like that would essentially, we'd have exposure on Pulse Chain to ProveX, and then we'd have exposure to everything else, which I think that's a cool idea. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
And as you were saying, I think, you know, it's kind of what you / Buck would kind of think of. So here was Buck's suggestion. Full screen because it's a lot of words, but copy USDT, USDC strategy, be on all the chains, use a DAO to let ProveX exist everywhere. But unlike a stable, ProveX is a risk token with an excellent chart. That way we get maximum users looking at it go up more than any other token on their chain. Buys on Solana, push up the price on Pulse Chain. People see the chart, they buy the token. Hey, green candle technology. That was my words, by the way. for those listening, not viewing. They start to investigate the protocol more, and they ultimately start to use Pulse Chain and RH cores. Then it all begins to go up because people find out we have the best founder community in crypto with huge upside potential. Doesn't have to happen day one, but here's your roadmap. Day one, Pulse Chain and Ethereum. Day 60, Solana, Base, Tron, and Binance, or BNB. And then day 120, Optimism, Polygon, Avalanche, Sui, and Hype. Then we are something that cannot be ignored or gate kept. How about that?
And then the first comment
I think whoever wrote that is smart.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yep. I like the one comment, won't work.
Yeah.
No explanation why it won't work.
Oh, here we go. Won't work. Yes.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, here it is. As soon as people learn ProveX is an RH token, they will run, unfortunately. If this was not the case, we'd see far more interest in Pulse Chain. The perception must be changed before anything will succeed, unless a brute force pump of all RH coins
really
occurs to
one of those guys.
Fix that, of course. New live streams are the answer. Pump my coins and live stream, sir.
Yeah, so we got to start somewhere other than, what we've been yelling at Richard for. Like,
yeah, pump my bags, please. Green candles, please.
Come on, guys.
Yeah. But actual thoughts on liquidity, and I mean, those seem logical, like more chains, more eyeballs, more burn. Like, yeah. Predictions, since Buck is a RH prognosticator, how likely is your strategy to be employed by RH, or will he do something else, sir?
The Dow thing, I put that shit below 1%.
Well, the Dow, yeah, but I guess cross chain. I mean,
well, look,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, look, let me get away from the bacon. Dylan's strength isn't reading comprehension, clearly. Otherwise he would have stayed in college. But my whole take on this is not a day one thing, right? Like I'm looking at this long term, and I say specifically, here's what I would do. What do I think Richard's actually going to do? This is going to launch on Ethereum Pulse Chain, right? Like, and I don't really care if it's a little bit of liquidity or a lot. It doesn't really matter to me. But I suspect it'll be a little bit of liquidity. It would be my guess. In terms of my DAO idea, it's like this is my idea. I'm not saying this is what I think Richard would do. But I do think it is the correct play if you want to maximize this opportunity, and it's something that he can do later, so it's fine. He doesn't have to do it all at once, and in fact, he shouldn't do it all at once. But I think that the key thing is basically just to start somewhere and let this thing play through, and I think that's what's likely to happen. In terms of lots of people are going to want to try and exit relatively early, and I think that's the low IQ play. But
especially
I get it.
Because it's significantly less than previous sacks. I mean, we're talking like a way smaller amount. I know it's $16.4 million, but that's a way smaller amount than the tops of alt season or wherever we were when the Pulse X and Pulse Chain sacks were going on.
It's like 100x less than PulseX was.
Yeah, just It's not the same.
It's not the same. So,
but people will still cheat.
Just because running, jumping early, which was the right choice in, PulseX, let's say, that doesn't mean that it's going to be the right choice this time necessarily. I think this thing is good for a pretty long time, would be my guess, and I imagine that your best exit opportunities are going to come, much later than right away. But I understand people are broke and they want to get out as quickly as possible, and all the different games around that. I'm going to be pretty much sidelined anyway, so like I don't really care personally what happens in terms of how much liquidity is put in on day one and all that stuff. But that guy, basically that was another thing, Dylan, I came across a lot, which surprised me, was these people that were like, yeah, but can you just pump my coins, please? Like I don't want to give you any more money. And
it's all across like crypto X, and it's insufferable. Yeah.
That surprised me. That surprised me because we had to explain to people, it's like, well, right now there's not too much you can do for those other coins, right? It's a lot harder for them. So what can you do to reset the narrative that would be productive, right? We had to have this conversation a lot with people, and we've done that, and I still have people saying this sort of thing. Like it's interesting. These are people that are still like big RH guys, right? They still believe in them and all this stuff, but they're absolutely indignant about this strategy, and I think they're going to miss out on probably a probably the best Richard Hart ROI experiences that you're going to get going forward, right? Because if this works, the next time is probably not going to be that good, right? For the same reason.
Compared to the old Hex, even.
No, I mean the old Hex was like a lot of things lined up to make that work well.
Yeah.
Right. Like a lot of things lined up perfectly for that. Yeah. Like we had, first of all, it tanked 97%, and then we had a massive ETH bull market in alt season.
$80 right? To $4,000. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was insane, right? That's hard to repeat. Right. So, but yeah, I'm now kind of getting to the point where, I almost want to stop helping people understand this because now I need to start thinking selfishly.
Yeah.
And thinking
at this point, the stack is done in 15 minutes. So, I mean, you're saying you don't want people to buy the Jeet dip?
I need to think about what is useful for Richard and useful for myself personally.
There you go. All right.
Right. Like I like in terms of like my loyalty to strangers on the internet.
Well said.
Yeah. Buck will deploy the PSYOP strategy. Be prepared for that, guys. He hates ProveX now, and you should sell all your ProveX.
There you go.
I don't think you'll hear me say anything like that, but but I think you will hear me encourage people to sell who want to get out early.
If you're weak, dump it. Yeah,
please go for it. I'm fine with that. Yeah, that doesn't hurt me or worry me a bit.
He's already deployed the massage strat against Zoomer, and Zoomer does not fall for massage strats. Okay.
Well, as we land the plane here, 14 minutes less, 13 plus to the SAC end. What can the loyal members of the community do. Those who aren't whining and crying and complaining in Telegram or socials. You've mentioned, you're excited to build and see what, you guys can do here, but what can the rest of the community, like the chat, we got 300 plus, watching right now. What can, people watching do?
That's great. I would say, remember how we made Uniswap popular?
Hey.
Taught everybody how to do all this stuff. We just do that same thing again, right? We figured out how it works on a very deep understanding and very thorough, with all the weird, quirky questions or whatever, to where you can just be like, yeah, okay, well, this is what that does. This is what that does. This is how this works. This is how that works. And then, you just educate. Because I think, isn't it like an EU? There's some weird tax shit and exchange stuff that's going on right now where it's like pretty fucking hard to buy crypto right now. Like they could definitely use some shit like this. You know what I mean? So like there's a market, there's a demand for it. And all we got to do is just catch the rest of the market up to using it. Right. So like, and then the rest will follow. Whether people buy the coin or not, if it's cash flowing, it's pumping. So yeah, I think we should just band together and educate, make it popular, like we did Uniswap. It's my take.
I do not disagree with that. With people like Big K, who may or not be on before we end this, I think live events, attending conferences, especially mainly outside of our circle, and going to them. Big K has done this before, setting up booths or running his own festivals to attract new users, not just our inner community events are awesome. I absolutely love them, but if you want adoption, you're going to have to go out and be nice to people and cordial and speak intelligently and know your stuff, and that is the doorway to, okay, I met this dude. They aren't scammers. They're in the RH ecosystem. Oh, and you know what? I hung out with them last night. They're pretty cool. Oh, well, we're going to a party with them tomorrow night. You know what? That was a banging time. And that's how that stuff grows. So, I think that's how, people in this chat can do it. And of course, a lot of people, can't travel or get out as much as others. So be kind on the socials, speak intelligently. And I was saying this last night, it will be a great help if the founder, gets out and actually starts communicating more freely. There are reasons why he has not, likely, but then clips can be made, and sharing, and the word gets out. And I said this last night, like Elon Musk is basically the richest man on the planet, and he goes out and he does podcasts. He's active on social media, which this current founder is, but he's actively, he is the brand, whether you like it or not, and he recognizes when he makes mistakes politically, and he stepped back from that and he corrected himself. So he's in tune with the market and speaks well to what can sell things for the future. And when it comes to robotics, AI, autonomy, he's doing his part. So I think once we get the founder of these coins going full throttle, it's going to be a very exciting time. It's just a question of when, hopefully.
Yeah, I agree with that, Cabana.
Word. We got 10 minutes to the start of the Hex conference, the end of the ProveX Sac. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
Not only is Maddie doing a conference, but Buck and I will be talking on Twitter.
It is still happening on the spaces in 9 minutes.
Let me just make sure that he didn't change the fucking time again for the fourth time. Okay, yeah. So in 9 minutes, yes.
There you go. And actually, that's another thing that the entire community can do. And you guys are, on a leadership front in that is, it's not just YouTube, which I'm comfortable with. It's just easier to schedule and get an audience for. But doing the spaces like you guys do, a lot of other people in the community do. I mean, man, before the SEC stuff happened, I mean, it was ramping up on spaces. We had so many different chats, and we were in so many other larger chats starting to make our presence. I think that's a huge gateway for us that we can, tackle going forward. It's there. It's just who wants to do it, who's well-spoken, who's knowledgeable. Again, you guys do your part, and thank you guys for doing what you're doing tonight. And you're going to attract new users, people who don't watch this channel, who don't watch YouTube, who are just on X, who happen to see the random spaces in their timeline, click on it. That's the thing. It's just everybody's got to keep putting the word out.
Yeah. And spaces is really fun because you never know what you're going to get.
Oh, that is a wild card play right there.
Yeah. So sometimes it gets really fun on the spaces, and that attracts more eyes. And then, another fun person will join the stage, and then they'll have fun, and it'll just kind of pile on and compound, and sooner or later you're 5 hours deep in some fucking conversation that's way out in left field, and you got some very interesting, fun people on stage. It's pretty fun, overall. So yeah, spaces is always fun for us.
Yeah. And even the Telegram chats are great, but spaces are best because you attract outside audiences, just like totally random people that are not in, already locked into your Telegram room or chat. We'll wrap it up here, gents, as you get ready for your spaces. Give you all a little quick break. Hexastani, sir, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at BB_trippin'.
What does BB stand for, sir?
Bitches be tripping.
There you go. All right, thank you.
Yeah, it's a classic.
And do not probably sack. That's probably not a good idea anymore with 5 minutes to go here. So all those are closed. If you want to check your numbers,
you're welcome to take the top spot, buddy. You got 6 minutes to go.
You got 6 minutes, but yeah.
There you go. Buckamentals, you are in the same places that Hexastani can be found, I trust. So you're also Buckamentals on the Twitters or X.
I am, but yeah, I'm a gray cardinal. I prefer to hang in the back. I put the young pretty things like Dylan out in front, like any good commander. Yeah, just follow Dylan, people.
There you go. Well, thank you for that. 5 minutes to go. Y'all spaces are going to be on X. At that point, you also have the Hex conference later. Will we get a Richard Hart video? I'd vote no, but you know what? We'll all tune in. We'll all know about it if it does happen. So, and thanks to Maddie for running the conference this week for the past few days and wrapping up tonight. Motley wants to know, Dylan, that your battery is dying. So just FYI.
Thank you, Motley.
Yeah, always here for us on the Happy Hour show. Appreciate it. And
yeah, we appreciate you. Thank you, Cabana, for everything. It's been a fun little ride. And 2026, this is going to be interesting. I can't wait to watch this play out.
Well, your excitement is a little contagious because I'm ready to go. It feels different this year. Maybe the old cliche, new year, new you, new us, but
new year, new coin, brother. New
year, new coin, bro. And all the positivity in the chat coming in at the end. So thank you, chat. Thank you, Big K, for being here, battling through the sickness, and of course, Dylan and Buck. It's really cool to bookend this with you. I remember that, when this started last month, LOL, and we have minutes to go. So get yourself a little break before you start up your stuff, and we will see you next time. Cheers, everybody.